We'll call the meeting to order. Roll call and declaration of quorum.
Dr. Matusik.
Here.
Mr. Lau.
Present.
Mr. Simrod.
Here.
Mrs. Charmison. Here. Mr. Painter.
Here.
Okay, special welcome to all of our visitors this evening. I see familiar faces in the crowd, so thank you for coming. Public comments? Mr.
No
Sturmer?
sign-ups and nobody contacted me.
Okay, all right. Agenda item 3, election and appointment of officers. 3.1, reorganizing the board.
I make a motion.
Go ahead.
So, we'd like to back up just a second on the election and obviously recognize Mr. Painter. And because that's a procedural item, this would be the point before we reorganize that would be good for swear him in for to take his oath of office.
All right.
And
Let's
there's
have
a copy of that.
Mr. Painter perform his oath of office.
If you can stand up, you can just read that and,
I raise my hand or anything?
yeah.
Okay. I, Lance Painter, hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform the duties of the board member of Hennessey Public Schools to the best of my ability, and that I will faithfully discharge all of the duties pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution and laws of the United States of Oklahoma.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lance. Okay, 3.1, reorganization of the board.
I'd like to make a motion, nominate, I'd like to nominate Dr. James Matusik to be president of the next board.
Do we have a second? Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Abstain?
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mrs. Charmison. Yes. Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Come up here if you want.
I'm not sure whether I should thank you guys. No. All right. Agenda item 3.12, Vice President, I'll make a nomination of Mr. Luke Lau to the Vice President of the Board. Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Yeah, you're right.
You're all right.
Can I? No.
No, yeah.
No? Okay.
It's Mr. I messed up.
Mr. Lau.
Yeah,
No.
No, no.
I'll abstain. I'm sorry. I'll abstain.
I'll abstain.
Oh.
it should be him.
Mr. Simrod.
But no.
You can't tell us nothing.
Gosh.
Mr. Simrod.
No. There you go.
Mrs. Charmison.
No.
Mr. Painter.
No. I'll make another motion to nominate Mr. Simrod for the Vice President's chair. Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mr. Simrod.
Abstain.
Mrs. Charmison.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes. See, you guys are already regretting your decision on president. Following that, I'll make a nomination of Amy Charmison to the seat of clerk.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mrs. Charmison. Abstain. Mr. Painter.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Agenda item 4, consent agenda.
Mr. President, there's one item I would like to discuss with the board. You can feel free to pull that out if you'd like. You know, for years, this board has used Angel Blasting Game out of Chickasha. They are no longer providing services for schools on the independent audits. So when they notified us of this, then they recommended Bledsoe, Hewitt, and Gullickson out of Broken Arrow. So taking their advice, I recommend to the board in the consent agenda that we use them for a year. If everything goes well, then we'll, revisit that after 1 year. But
Our original group is getting out of the school business.
yes, of independent audits, or maybe they're reducing it, but they're no longer going to do us anymore.
Okay, so that was in regards to consent agenda item 4.5. Does anyone want to pull that out for further discussion or any other item? Okay, seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mrs. Charmison?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 5, new business.
No new business to act upon.
Okay. Agenda item 6.
Superintendent's report, facilities, is that where we're at?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Facilities, just a couple items to hit on. One, you guys see the house been demoed between the fire department and Jackson's, that's all taken care of. Contacted F5, he's on a job, take about another 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'll come here and get that graded, and then gravel brought in and match the rest of the existing parking lot. So goal is to have that done before graduation. So where we're at on that. And then just wanted to update you on one of the rains that we had. Yes?
You mentioned graduation. Are we doing that in the event center or is that back over here?
No, it's in the event center, but overflow,
Right,
just
right.
sightly, you know, yeah. The last rain we had, approximately, what was that, 3 weeks ago? The big one?
Right after spring break.
It was right after spring break, yeah, because we came in after spring break, and
No,
that's when,
so a week after that. So it's been 2 weeks.
this is the
It's just
week
been
after
2
spring
weeks.
break, okay,
Yeah.
2 weeks. So Timberly comes in on Monday, and I hear, oh my, and so the water, you know, we've had the issue with the flashing on the roof, where it was not put underneath the brick like it properly was, it was put on the outside. And that's just been a temporary patch job since day one. Well, this time all the water ran to Timberly's office and collapsed. And so we came in and there was a bunch of water. So with the new deductible of, you know, property being $50,000, that didn't reach that threshold. So you'll see some bills next month coming through. Blackman Mooring, we called them in for the restoration. They brought in the big fans and the dehumidifiers and did that. They took the baseboard off, drilled the holes, had to cut up sheetrock about 3.5 foot high. Keith Dobbs is in the process of replacing that. But along that, your construction company has a new president. And, you know, we have dealt with them from the time I first got here, of, you know, every time it would rain, and talking to them back and forth. Anyway, they have a new president, Sooner Recon, who's been a roofing company through this, has been working with them. The new president's willing to work with us on this. So they've put up a temporary, I mean, it has a 5-year warranty, but it's no, they want to come in and do this right. But to get us through the spring, they went ahead and just put this water treatment over that. And then after summer, after we get through the spring rains, then look at getting actual costs and figuring out a game plan to get that fixed. That way, this isn't long-term for future superintendents and boards of getting it permanently fixed. So some positive news on that, very much so, I thought.
So their construction bond or any of that stuff won't cover that to get that flashing installed like it should be? I mean,
No,
there's nothing we can go back to them with? or-
no, because what you got into was a lot of people pointing fingers of, we accepted it. Well, it's not Dr. Woods' job to know, you know, get up there and check the plans on that. That's the, you know, and so then that's the roofers pointing fingers at this, and it just, you're not getting anywhere. And visited with an attorney about it, and, you know, attorney said, how much is it gonna cost to fix it? Because by the time we get done with everything, you might be better off just fixing it. And so now that they have somebody in there that might work with us even more so, because the water treatment they put on was like $5,000-6,000, and we're not gonna receive a bill for that. So even in the consent agenda, you saw Sooner Recon for $5,000, that'll be closed out and put back to us.
We have the same issue over the conference room over there?
Yes, yeah, training room, everywhere.
Are we-
So they're
when
gonna
they get
permanently
to-
fix that.
The goal, right now, it's just the water treatment that has the 5-year, water sealant that has the 5-year. But as soon as spring rains, then we're gonna really get active and try to revisit that and hopefully get something, see if we can get the time frame done to maybe get it done before winter, yes.
On all?
On all 3, yeah. And they found out what was wrong on the west side. There was a bunch of flashing that was not put, and you could just, when you remove the sheetrock and see, you could just look straight out where all the gutters come in. I mean, there's big holes. So it just wasn't properly done right or you know, checked, and I don't know whose responsibility that was at that
Construction
time.
manager.
Yeah,
is who's
so,
responsible.
and he's no longer with them, I would say. So that's all I have on the facilities. Resignations, Chelsea Helsel, our athletic trainer, so we will post that tomorrow. I mean, that's a very important position, that was valuable for this community, so that's something that we will get posted immediately and, you know, try to find somebody. Just a reminder, it took us 2 years to find Chelsea, so it's not like there's an abundance of them. It kind of takes the right situation, somebody wanting to change of pace or get to this area, but hopefully somebody will come up and we will get that posted tomorrow. And then we had an elementary paraprofessional, Shelby Petty, resign.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sternberger. Agenda item 7, personnel. 7.1, discussion and possible board action regarding the employment of the following certified staff on a temporary contract for the 2025-2026 school year.
So I would recommend to the board, very excited about the opportunity of recommending Stephen Briscoe as our special ed director and his wife Shonda as high school language arts instructor for the 25-26 school year.
Okay. I'll make a motion to employ Mr. Stephen Briscoe as special ed director and Shonda Briscoe as the high school English language arts on a temporary contract for the 2025-26 school year.
Second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison?
Yes.
Agenda item 7.2, discussion and possible board action regarding the employment of a paraprofessional for the remainder of the 2024-25 school year.
And this is for the elementary paraprofessional that resigned. She was assigned to a student that needs somebody to get through the rest of the year. And then based on personnel, students next year, you know, we'll see. But Shelley Laddick is who we recommend for this position for the remainder of this year.
Okay. I'll make a motion to employ Mrs. Shelley Laddick as a paraprofessional for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison?
Yes.
We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Gotta say it.
Trying to train these guys.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison?
Yes.